Moral Law versus Ceremonial Law. Part 2. What was nailed to the cross? If Jesus nailed something to the cross, was it the 10 Commandments or something else? Question 1. What exactly was nailed to the cross? Answer. Only the handwritten ordinances that were against us, the ceremonial laws, were nailed to the cross, not the 10 Commandments. Colossians 2:14, KJV. Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. Illustration idea. A parchment scroll labeled ordinances being nailed to a wooden cross with a bright light shining from behind. Question 2. Why were these ceremonial laws against us? Answer. Because they involved animal sacrifices, washings, feast days, and rituals that were burdensome and symbolic, pointing forward to Christ. Hebrews 9:9-10, KJV. Which stood only in meats and drinks, and divers washings, and carnal ordinances, imposed on them until the time of Reformation. Acts 15:10, KJV. Why tempt ye God to put a yoke upon the neck of the disciples, which neither our fathers nor we were able to bear? Illustration. Idea. A Jewish priest offering a lamb on an altar with shadows of Jesus and the cross looming in the background. Question 3. Did Jesus say the moral law was abolished? Answer. Absolutely not. Jesus upheld the 10 Commandments and warned against breaking or teaching others to break them. Matthew 5:17-19, KJV. Think not that I am come to destroy the law, till heaven and earth pass. One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law. Illustration. Idea. Jesus standing next to the 10 Commandments with heaven and earth visible in the background, emphasizing, not one jot or tittle shall pass. Question 4. Are the 10 Commandments ever called ordinances? Answer. No. The 10 Commandments are never referred to as ordinances in the Bible. That term is only used for ceremonial laws. Ephesians 2:15, KJV. Having abolished in his flesh the enmity, even the law of commandments contained in ordinances. Luke 1:6, KJV. And they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, blameless. Illustration. Idea. 2 scrolls, one labeled Commandments carved in stone, another labeled Ordinances written on parchment. One remains, the other is torn. Question 5. Does grace cancel obedience to the 10 Commandments? Answer. No. Grace does not give permission to sin. Sin is the transgression of the law, and grace gives power to obey it. Romans 6:1-2, 15, KJV. Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. Shall we sin because we are not under the law but under grace? God forbid. 1 John 3:4, KJV. Sin is the transgression of the law. Illustration. Idea. A person kneeling at the cross, with the 10 Commandments glowing behind them, symbolizing forgiveness and obedience. Challenge. Question. If God nailed the 10 Commandments to the cross, why is sin still defined by breaking them? Spoiler. Sin still exists because God's law still stands. Summary of Part 2. Jesus nailed ceremonial laws, not moral laws, to the cross. The 10 Commandments are never called ordinances. Jesus upheld the moral law and never gave permission to break it. Grace does not cancel obedience, it empowers it.